Hello students, now continuation of last class or last lecture we have molecular orbital theory. It is abbreviated as a MOT. Now, who is developed MOT means by Hons and Millikan in 1932. Now, what is silent features of MOT? Okay. Now, so first one, what is that? The electron in a molecule are present in a various molecular orbitals as the electrons of atoms are present in various atomic orbitals. What is meaning here? Okay. For example, you know very well. For example, we have the atom A. Okay. Assume as this atom A. Atom A. Next we have the atom B. Atom B. So what happened for this atom? Okay. We have the electron in the what? Atomic orbital. Atomic orbitals. Okay. Now for atom B also we have the electrons in the atomic orbitals. Okay, atomic orbitals. As you know very well, atoms are going to give the what? Combine together, give the molecule. Give the molecule. Now here according to MOT, the electrons are present in the what? Molecular orbitals. Molecular orbitals. So as the for the atoms, electrons are present atomic orbitals. For the according to MOT, for molecule, the electrons are present in the molecular orbitals. Now, second point, what is there? The atomic orbitals of comparable energies and proper symmetry combine to form molecular orbitals. So, what happened here? For example, you take the here one is orbital. Okay. Now, another one is orbital of another atom. 1s can combine with the only 1s to give the molecular orbital. Okay. It does not combine with the 2s or like. Okay. Here 1s atomic orbital are going to combine with the only 1s. Okay. 2s going to combine with the only 2s atomic orbital of another atom. Come to next 2p is going to combine with the 2p of another atomic orbital. So 1s does not going to combine with the 2s. Why? Because there is a difference in the energy. So 1 is only combined with the 1s. So what is given there? The atomic orbitals of comparable energy and proper symmetry. If you see, symmetry of 1 is going to match with the 1s of another atomic orbital, that only going to combine to give the molecular orbitals. Next, third, while an electron in an atomic orbital is influenced by one nucleus, in a molecular orbital it is influenced by two or more nuclei depending upon the number of atoms involved in the formation of molecular orbitals. Thus, an atomic orbital is monocentric while a molecular orbital is polycentric. What is the meaning of here? Okay. So what happened? Here we have the atom. Okay. Around the nucleus, electron is going to revolve. Okay. So we have the only one nucleus. Now if you take the here atom B, we have the nucleus around it. Electron is going to revolve, isn't it? Okay. So here what happened? Here electrons are going to influenced by the only one nucleus. So this is called, we call as a monocentric. Monocentric. Okay. In case of atom, what happened in case of atoms? Electron is influenced by only single nucleus. It is called as a monocentric. Okay. But if you come to the molecule, what happened? Once you get the molecule, you know very well. For example, if I draw the hydrogen molecule, okay. So here what happened in this, electrons are influenced by what? Two nucleus, okay. Or if you go for the CH4, we have the 5 atoms, okay. So depends on the number of atoms combining. Here we have the nucleus more than one. So in such condition we is called as a polycentric. Okay, here the electrons are influenced by the more than one nucleus. So it is called as a what? Polycentric. In case of atom we are called as a monocentric. Here in case of molecule it is influenced by the more than one nucleus. It is called as a what? Polycentric. Next. here next, fourth point, if you see here fourth point, the number of molecular orbitals formed is equal to the number of combining atomic orbitals. Okay, when two atomic orbitals, for example, if you take when two atomic orbitals combine to two molecular orbitals are formed, in that one is known as bonding molecular orbital, while another one is called as what? Anti-bonding molecular orbital. What is that one? For example, here, for example, if we take the same, one is atomic orbital, okay? I am writing for hydrogen, okay? We have the one hydrogen, in the case of hydrogen, we have the one electron in the 1s orbital, okay? This is a hydrogen atom. I am labeling as A, okay? Another hydrogen atom. Here electron is present in the one is atomic orbital. So here hydrogen atom B. So now how many molecular orbitals going to form here? This is from one atomic orbital, 1. So you are getting the total 2. In that one is you are getting the one atomic orbital is called as a anti-bonding molecular orbital, anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now another is called as a what? Bonding molecular orbital. Bonding molecular orbital. Okay. So here number of molecular orbital, how many going to form? From the depends on the number of atomic orbitals. Here we have the 1 plus 1 means 2. You are getting the total 2 molecular orbitals. In that one is anti-bonding molecular orbital and other one is called as what? Bonding molecular orbitals. For example, if you take the 2p, so 2p, what happened in case of 2p? Sure, we have the 3 orbitals, okay? 2p and 2p, we have 3 orbitals, okay? So what happened from the 3, total 3 plus 3 means we are getting the total 6 molecular orbitals going to get. In that 6 molecular orbitals means we are taking the 50% is what? Anti-bonding molecular orbitals, and 50% we are taking the what? Bonding molecular orbitals. Means in that what happened? You are going to get the 3 anti-bonding molecular orbitals and 3 bonding molecular orbitals. So here you are going to get the what? In that, so 2p getting the total 6 orbitals getting, in that 3 anti-bonding molecular orbitals going to get and 3 what? Bonding molecular orbitals. Okay. Next, here the bonding molecular orbitals has lower energy and hence greater stability than the corresponding anti-bonding molecular orbital. So what is the meaning of that? Mean, if you see here energy profile diagram here, if I draw the here energy, okay, with the arrow mark up down, so indicating what? Here energy going to be increases. Now if you see the energy here see, if you see here bonding molecular orbital having the less energy, anti-bonding molecular orbital having the more energy. So bonding molecular orbital having the less energy means, as we know very well, less energy means more stable. So bonding molecular orbitals having the less energy, anti-bonding molecular orbitals having the more energy. Next, sixth point, if you see, just as the electron probability distribution around the nucleus in an atom is given by an atomic orbital, the electron probability distribution around a group of nuclei in a molecule is given by molecular orbital. Now, let us know what is the definition of orbital here. Orbital means what? The probability of finding electrons, and where is the maximum, it is called as what? Orbital. Okay, this is atomic orbital. Same, how can you define the molecular orbitals? Means in a molecule where the probability of finding electron is maximum, it is called as what? Molecular orbital. Okay. Next, seventh point, if you see, the molecular orbitals like atomic orbitals are filled in according to Haber principle, Pauli exclusion principle and Hund's principle. So here Hund's rule. If you see here, as you know very well, once the atomic orbitals are available, we are going to fill the electrons by using the three rules Haber, Pauli, Hund's. Same like as in the electron, how you are going to fill in atomic orbital, same as such we are going to fill in the molecular orbitals by using the same principle, that is Harpo, Pauli and Hertz. Okay. Next we have the what? Formation of molecular orbitals. Okay. What are the silent features? Just now we discussed. Now come to, we have the formation of molecular orbitals. Now, so here we have the linear combination of atomic orbitals. We are abbreviating as what? LCAO. So what is that one? Linear combination of atomic orbitals. So now we are going to discuss formation of molecular orbitals. Now that is mathematically here linear combination of atomic orbital is what? Means we are going to express the formation of atomic orbitals mathematically. Okay. So same here, just now we discussed, we are talking about the formation of hydrogen molecule. For example, this is hydrogen atom A. Okay, atom, this is hydrogen atom A, and this is hydrogen atom what? B. Hydrogen atom B. Now for this hydrogen atom orbital wave function I will assign as a what? Psi A. For this psi B. Okay. Just now we discussed the atomic orbitals going to combine to form the molecular orbitals. Okay. So here see that I am going to show with mathematically here. Now mathematically the formation of molecular orbitals may be represented by the what? Linear combination of atomic orbitals as shown below. So what happened here? Psi MO means what happened? Orbital wave function of molecular orbitals. No, this is what? Orbital psi A of the what? Atomic orbital of atom A. This is psi B what? Psi B is the HB atom orbital wave function. Now come to, if you see the molecular, we have the psi MO molecular orbital wave function. So now come to here. So what happened? How you are going to show the molecular orbital? Okay. Now this. So according to mathematically we have the equation psi molecular orbital wave function equal to what? Psi A plus or minus psi B. Here plus indicating what? Addition, minus indicating subtraction. MO means what? Molecular orbital. So psi MO means wave function of molecular orbitals. Okay. Psi A means what? Wave function of atom A, labeled as HA. Psi B means what? Wave function of atom HB. Now, so what happened? Just now we discussed, we are getting the bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbital. So if the orbital wave function both are added, we are getting the bonding molecular orbital. When the orbital wave functions are subtracted, we are getting the what? Anti-bonding molecular orbital. So what we are doing here? We are showing the formation of molecular orbital mathematically by using the linear combination of atomic orbitals, that is showing with what? Psi MO equal to psi A plus or minus P. With the addition you are getting the what? Bonding molecular orbital. With the subtraction you are getting the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now let us see here, for example, okay, now see here I am having the atomic orbital. Okay, for atom A, atomic orbital atom B. So what happened when orbital wave functions here added, you are getting the what? Bonding molecular orbitals, because bonding molecular orbitals you are getting with the what? By adding the orbital wave function. Here bonding molecular orbitals are what? Attractive, so they have the less energy than the parent atomic orbitals. So what happened? These are the parent atomic orbitals. Okay, compared to these parent atomic orbitals, bonding molecular orbital having the less energy, they are going to form by the addition of molecular orbitals wave function. Next, now come to anti-bonding molecular orbitals. These are repulsive. So what happened? Higher energy than the parent atomic orbitals. So these are the parent atomic orbital. Now if you see the energy profile here compared to bonding, anti-bonding having the more energy, how they are going to produce? By the subtraction of orbital wave function. Next we have formation of molecular orbitals quantitatively. Okay, so just now we shown that one mathematically how they are going to form. Now Now the formation of molecular orbitals were quantitatively. What is given there? Formation of molecular orbitals quantitatively can be understood in terms of constructive or destructive interference of the electron waves of the combining atoms. What is the meaning of that one here? Okay, here if you see here, okay, here we have the orbital wave functions. Okay, for assume as this is atom A, this is atom B. Okay, for this atom A we have the orbital function wave function as a psi A. For this what we have the orbital wave function psi B. So what happened when they are going to combine together? Nothing but constructive interferences happen. What happened? Their amplitude going to be increased. Okay, now psi A what happened? A is going to overlap with A. Nothing but positive going to overlap. Then negative. So what happened? Amplitude going to be increases. Okay. So this is called as a constructive interference. Now come to here destructive interference. What happened here? If you see the plus A going to interact with the minus A. So what happened? Cross drop means you are going to get cancelled together. So what happened here? Amplitude is what? 0. You are getting the 0 wave. So this is called as a what? Destructive interference. This is what? This is a destructive interference. So this is what? This one is called as a what? Constructive interference. Constructive interference. So what happened here? Now we are discussing the what? Formation of molecular orbital quantitatively. So if constructive interference happens, it is giving the what? Bonding molecular orbitals. Okay. If destructive interference is happening, then we are getting the what? Anti-bonding molecular orbitals. So here what we are discussing the formation of molecular orbitals. Okay. Just now we discussed mathematically, that is a psi molecular orbital is equal to psi A plus or minus psi B. Now come to second one is what? Quantitatively you are going to explain by taking the interference. If constructive interference is there, you are getting the bonding molecular orbital. If destructive interference is there, you are getting the what? Anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Now let us see what is the differences between the atomic orbitals, molecular orbitals. Okay. So first one, atomic orbital is monocentric, that is electron cloud extended around the nucleus of single atom. Okay, just now we discuss here. This is what atomic orbital is monocentric. Why? Because means electron is influenced by the only single nucleus. Okay. Now come to molecular orbital is what? Is a polycentric. What is the meaning of that one? That is electron cloud extended around all the nuclei of bonded atoms in the molecule. Now what molecular orbital is what? Polycentric. Why? Because means it is influenced by the electron cloud is influenced by more than one nuclei. Next, it is a less stable, it is more stable. So if you see the atomic orbitals, as you know very well, atoms are very unstable. So atomic orbitals also less stable. Once atoms are going to form the molecules means you are getting the molecular orbitals. As you know very well, molecule is more stable compared to atoms. So molecular orbitals are more stable compared to atomic orbitals. Next, it has a simple shape. Okay. If you see the s orbital, we have the word spherical. P is what? Dumbbell. D is what? Dumbbell. Isn't it? Okay. Now it has a complex shape means I will discuss next. Okay. Next, atomic orbitals are designated as S, P, D, F, etc. Okay. As you know very well, here atomic orbitals are what? Designated means if you see the representation, what is that one? S, P, D. Now come to molecular orbitals. How you going to show that one? Here sigma star, pi star, etc. Now sigma here indicating the bonding, star indicating what? Anti-bonding. So here molecular orbitals you are designated as a sp_d, whereas atomic orbitals you are designated as a sp_d, whereas molecular orbital is a what? Sigma star and pi star. Here star indicating anti-bonding. Without star we have the bonding molecular orbitals. Next let us see the comparison between the bonding molecular orbitals and anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Now it is formed by linear combination of two atomic orbitals when their wave functions are added. Okay, just now we discussed when the orbital two wave functions are added, we are getting the word bonding. If you go for the subtracted, we are getting the antibonding. Okay. Now let us see here. Just now we discussed when the orbital wave function here when the added, okay, psi a plus psi b, we are getting the what bonding molecular orbitals. When you are going to orbital wave functions, what happens? Subtracted, you are getting the what anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Next, its energy is less than the combining atomic orbitals or parent atomic orbitals. Here in case of antibonding, what its energy is more than the combining atomic orbitals or parent atomic orbitals. Now here see again, here we don't happen. We have the molecular orbitals. So for bonding we have the less energy compared to parent atomic orbitals. For antibonding it has the, if you see the energy, antibonding what happened compared to parent atomic orbital, we have the more energy. Next point, if you see here, it increases the electron density. Come to bonding molecular orbital, what happened? It increases the electron density between the nuclei. Therefore, it stabilizes the molecule. Now come to antibonding, it decreases the what electron density between the nuclei. Therefore, it destabilizes the molecule. So what happened here? If electron density in case of bonding molecular orbital going to be increases, so what happened defaultly? It stabilizes the molecule. Whereas in case of antibonding, what happened? It decreases the electron density, so it destabilizes the molecule. Now it has the nodal plane. So here what is the meaning of nodal plane? I will how we have the nodal plane, I will show in the next diagram. So here generally what's the meaning of nodal plane means what? Plane where the electron density is 0. Okay, it is exactly opposite to orbital. What orbital is where the probability of finding electron is maximum is called as a what? Orbital. Now nodal plane means what? There is in case of nodal plane the probability of finding electron is 0. Okay. Now it has a nodal plane. In this case we are not getting the nodal plane. Okay, but in case of here antibonding we have the nodal plane. Next, it is a symmetric about the internuclear axis. Okay, what is symmetric means what? You can cut into equal halves. So it is a symmetric what around about what internuclear axis. What is the meaning of internuclear axis? The axis which is passing through the nuclei is called as a what? Internuclear axis. In case of antibonding, it is symmetrical about the internuclear axis and about a line perpendicular to it. Here also it is what? Symmetric about the internuclear axis. Now, if you see the designation important, okay, we have the word sigma, pi, delta, etc. in case of bonding molecular orbital. Now come to antibonding, what happened here? We have sigma star, pi star, delta star. So antibonding we are showing with the word star. This is what? Sigma, pi, delta in case of bonding. For designation for the antibonding with what? Sigma star, pi star and delta star. Okay. So this is the differences between the bonding molecular orbital and antibonding molecular orbitals. Now condition here, next we have the condition for the combination of atomic orbitals. So we discussed, okay, just now we discussed how the molecular orbitals are going to form by mathematical expression, linear combination of atomic orbitals, then quantitatively by using the constructive and destructive interference. Next, here what we are discussing, what are the conditions, okay? So what happened here? Linear combination of atomic orbitals to form molecular orbital takes place only here if the following conditions are satisfied. What are the conditions? Let us see. First, the combining atomic orbitals must have the same or nearly the same energy. For example, if we take 1s orbital can combine with another 1s orbital but not with one 2s orbital, because the energy of 2s orbital is appreciably higher than that of 1s orbital. Okay, this is true only for homodiatomic nuclear molecules. So what happened here? Just now we discussed. Okay, 1s atomic orbital of one atom going to combine with the only 1s. 2s combine with the only 2s of another atomic orbital like 2p, 2p. But 1s does not going to mix with the 2s, not 2p. Okay, why? Because means these both have the comparable energy. If energy difference is more, this is not going to combine together. So 1s going to combine with the 1s of another atomic orbital. Next, conversely, if they are subtracted, they combine. Second case, if you see second, here what? The combining atomic orbitals must have the same symmetry above the molecular axis. What is that one here? So if you see example, 2pz orbital of one atom can combine with the 2pz orbital of another atom, but not with the 2px or 2py orbital because of the different symmetry. So what happened? For example, I am taking the here fingers. Okay, here fingers. If you see, for example, this is my this assume this is the y axis. Okay, this is my x axis, this is z. Okay, so what happens if you see x are going to combine? Okay, next to y z. So here what happens if the symmetry is same? For example, this symmetry is same, they are going to overlap. My two hands are going to overlap, isn't it? So depends on the axis. So px orbital going to combine with the px only, then py, then pz. But pz does not overlap with the px. Next, the combining atomic orbital must overlap to their maximum extent. Okay, as we know very well, greater the extent of overlap, the greater will be the electron density between the nuclei of molecular orbitals. So, overlapping should be what? It should be maximum. So, these are the conditions for the overlapping of atomic orbitals. Next, we have the types of molecular orbitals formed. Okay, so we discuss first how the molecular orbitals is going to form. Next, what are the condition? Now, how many types of molecular orbitals are there? So, molecular orbitals of diatomic molecules are designated as sigma, pi, and delta, etc. Okay. Now, let us see first case, molecular orbitals from the s atomic orbitals. So, what happened here? The formation of molecular orbitals by linear combination of 1s atomic orbitals of two atoms are shown here. Okay, you can see here. For example, I have the atom A, 1s, atom B, 1s atomic orbital. They are going to combine together. You are getting the one molecular. These are the molecular orbitals. So one is what? Bonding, anti-bonding. Okay. As we discussed already, bonding having the less energy compared to parent atom, parent atomic orbital. Molecular orbital having the more energy compared to what? Parent atomic orbitals. Now, with the orbital wave function, if the now this is psi A, this is psi B. So when the orbital wave functions of this atom A, this is atom B, when add together, you are getting the what? Here bonding molecular orbital. It is now symmetric or giret. Symmetric or giret means both are equal. This is what symmetric means. You can cut into equal half. That is also called as a what? Giret. We have the symbol as a what? Small g. Now, if you go for the subtraction, you are getting the antibonding molecular orbital. This is a structure. So, in the previous discussion, I told it has a complex structure. You can see here. You no need to remember the structures. Just remember these are the what antibonding molecular orbitals are giret or symmetric is important. Okay. So, from the 1 plus 1 means we have the 2 atomic orbitals. We are getting the in that 2 molecular orbitals are getting. One is bonding molecular orbital and that is what? Anti-bonding molecular orbitals. So this is the what? Formation of molecular orbitals from the s atomic orbitals. Next to come to, we have the molecular orbitals from the what? P atomic orbitals. So as in your P atomic orbitals, we have the 2px, 2py, 2pz. Now come to 2pz atomic orbital. Here 2pz of, here assume is this atom A, this is atom B, this orbital wave function psi A, this orbital wave function psi B. Okay. Now here, here just to make it correction. Okay. Here this is by addition you are getting the bonding. Okay. By subtraction you are getting the anti-bonding. Okay, fine. But energy profile, if you see, this should be upper and this should be lower. Okay. So as we discussed, bonding should be have the less energy, anti-bonding should have the more energy. Okay, just make it correction. This should be reverse. So you have to remember, by bonding you are getting the what? By addition you are getting the bonding molecular orbital. By subtraction you are getting the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now just go for the reverse. Why? Because means energy of bonding should be less, anti-bonding should be more. Now if you see the structure of bonding molecular orbital, this is a symmetric or giret. You don't need to remember the structure, just remember the sigma 2pz. Okay, this is a bonding molecular orbital formed from the what 2pz atomic orbital. Now come to antibonding, we are getting the sigma star 2pz. It is a symmetric or gyrate. Next, from next 2p by 2px atomic orbitals. So here what happened? You can take the here to atom A, this is atom B. Okay, this orbital wave function you assume as a psi A, psi B. You can take either 2py or 2py or 2px or 2px. Now, if the orbital wave functions are subtracted, you are getting the what? Antibonding molecular orbital. Now, what's the representation here? Pi star 2py. If it is forming from the what? From the 2py. Or pi star 2px if it is forming the what? 2px. Next, if the orbital wave functions are added, you are getting the what? Bonding molecular orbitals. Okay. Now what is symbol here? Pi 2py or pi 2px. Why? Because if it's formed from the 2py, you are getting the pi 2py, or if 2px means you are getting the pi 2px. So here conclusion you can tell here, from S and 2px you are getting the sigma star molecular orbitals, whereas from 2px 2py orbitals you are getting the what? Pi star molecular orbitals. So these are the very important. So you have to focus on how the molecular orbitals are going to form. Okay, so in this video we discuss, okay, molecular orbital silent features and how they are going to form. We shown with the mathematically linear combination of atomic orbitals with the quantitatively with the constructive and destructive interference. Next we discuss what the conditions for the formation of molecular orbitals, and after that we discuss how many types of molecular orbitals are there, how, and we discuss from the what? Formation of molecular orbitals from the S and P atomic orbitals.